So welcome to the last event of the season. So we're gonna wrap up 2015 KAIST 1 with this Turkey. So please give them a round big applause to all the Turkish community and everybody who participated in this event. So before I start, I would like to inform you guys that the registration for the next season is on. So please do not, if you're interested in presenting next season, 2016, please send the email to KAIST1 at kaist.ac.kr. So and we will treat your registration from there on. So before I start, also I would like to tell you that, as you guys know, we had like a year-end party yesterday, and some of you guys might still have the masks. So please don't forget to donate them to ISSS if you wish to. Yes, and then. I would like also to express my deepest gratitude to ISSS and in particular Mr. Jungli for the support for this season. Please give him a round big applause. I would like also to thank my two assistants, Sanjar at the back, the attendance guy. Sanjar! Yes. And then the picture guy, Oleg. And also Sam, but he's not here, so yes, so yeah, that was it for today. Please participate and pay attention to the content. I think they put a lot of effort, so please do not forget to pay a lot of attention. Alright, that will be it for today.
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Hatice, and this is my 5th year at KAIST. I'm from Bioengineering. So this is, as we told you before, this is the last event of KAIST 1 for this semester. So we prepared a really exciting event. So I hope you enjoy presentations, live music, and food. So as a first presenter, I will introduce briefly history and demography of Turkey. I will try to keep this part very short because I would like you to enjoy other parts of the more interesting part of the presentation. So let's start. So this is the Turkey locates between 3 continents: Europe, Asia, and Africa. So it actually land is where East meets West, both geographically and culturally. So I want to talk about this land and its history. So this is a peninsula and it's called Anatolia. It has 4 seasons and it's surrounded by 3 seas: Black Sea, Aegean Sea, and Mediterranean Sea. It has very warm weather. And it's the reason it has really rich soil, so that's why a lot of empires and civilizations lived on this land. And you can see here, and Turkish people who migrated from Central Asia came to Anatolia in 11th century. So since then, it's a Turkish land. And the history of Turkey is really dynamic and it's really long, so I tried to choose 2 significant and the most important time in our history. The first one is during the Ottoman Turkey. So it's an empire and it extended more than 6 centuries. So it was one of the major power on 3 continents. But as all empires goes that way, they follow decline and fall. And as you all know, that World War I changed a lot of countries' border. So this is the second important time in our history. Ottoman government defeated in World War I, and then our Anatolia was occupied by Allied forces. So the only yellow part was left to Turkish people. So even government fell, people didn't accept this defeatment, and they still continue to fight their land. And this is how our war of independence started by formation of National Turkish Movement under the leadership of Mustafa Kemal. He was former Ottoman general, and then he gathered Turkish people, and they defended the land. And they actually managed to drive out the Allied forces even without help of government and lack of equipment. And this is the finalized border of Turkey. And after they dragged out the Allied force, people established republic, and Mustafa Kemal became the first president of Republic of Turkey. And his last name, Atatürk, was given to him by people, and it literally means father of Turks. So let's focus on the Turkey in the 21st century. So we have neighbors, Greece and Bulgaria in west, Georgia, Armenia, people are Muslim in Turkey. And our capital is Ankara because it's in the center of Turkey. And we speak Turkish. And our land area is almost like more than 7 times bigger than South Korea. And our population is more than 77 million, and we have really young population. Average age is 28 and a half. So as a GDP rank, Turkey ranked 17th, and we use Turkish lira as our currency. Even though Ankara is the capital of Turkey, most developed and the famous city of Turkey is Istanbul. Actually, Istanbul has been capital of several empires like Byzantine and Ottoman, so it's really important for historic but also symbolically. It is the city where Asia and Europe are connected by a bridge, so you can change the continent by car, by ferry, or by subway from under the sea. But I suggest you to take ferry because you can enjoy the scenery as you travel. So Istanbul has population more than 15 million, and it is like more than most of European countries' of population. So as an economy, Turkey is defined as an emerging market economy, and is leading producer of our agricultural products, textiles, and some electronics. Actually, textile exports worth more than 10 billion US dollars in Turkey. And the Beko and Vestel are the electronic brands, and they are the largest TV manufacturer in Europe. But Turkey is also the world's leader of producing and exporting hazelnuts, cherries, figs, quinces, pomegranates, and apricots. But these are the fruits that we produce the most in the world. But if you visit the traditional Turkish grocery bazaar, you can find fresh and several type of fruits and vegetables. Actually, what I was shocked when I came to Korea, that you go to market and you buy 3 eggplants and then 5 apples or those kind of stuff. But when we go there, we buy kilos, like 2 kilos of tomatoes, 2 kilos of apples, and it is really hard to go back to home because you have to carry all of them. And I would like to introduce a little bit Turkish languages because if you have Turkish friends, you can hear some basic expressions from them. And the first one is the merhaba. It means hello, and you can say it in any time in the day. And the second one is günaydın. It's good morning. And the yes means evet in Turkish, and the no means hayır. And in Turkey we use Latin scripts. We don't have grammatical gender like in some European languages. And then we have also usage of honorifics like in Korean. Actually, Korean language and Turkish language are really similar. We belong in the same language family, and we both have the same grammatical structure. So this is an example. So it's object, subject, and verb. And this is the supplement comes to the end of the word. So actually, Korean, the second language, I learned after English. But while I was studying Korean, I felt like, okay, that's the language because that makes sense. Because it is the same structure as my native language. So when Korean people say that English is hard, and those kind of stuff, I'm totally on their side because I know how hard it is. And another relationship between Korea and Turkey was during the Korean War, because Turkish government sent more than 5,000 volunteer soldiers to Korea during the war, and actually more than thousands died during the war. But you can visit them in Busan UN Cemetery, and I really recommend you to go there because there are lots of actually soldiers from the different countries. And every year, every anniversary of this Korean War, Korean government and Korean military don't forget the veterans in Turkey. They rather go and visit them or they invite them to show their hospitality. And since the Korean War, Korean government and Turkish government have a really good political relationship. And in Turkey, actually, we learned Korea as our brother country. So when Turkish people came to Korea, they really come with really good feelings, and they really act friendly when they meet with Korean in Turkey. So actually, I expect the same things. And so far, I really got this idea because when I took a taxi, sometimes taxi drivers don't take money from me, and this kind of stuff happened before. And I can assure you, if Korean people go there and then ask some help, Turkish people will be willing to help you. And there's one person I really want to introduce you because during the musical performance, you're gonna see one specific instrument. It's gonna be introduced by my other friend. But actually, this person, Rumi, is poet, Islamic scholar, and Sufi in 13th century. It's the best-selling poet in the United States because, like, why he is so much? Because he emphasizes on peace and harmony. Actually, we can make one whole KAIST event to introduce him and his philosophy and his poems. So that's why it really takes long time to introduce him. I really want to show you one well-prepared clip to introduce him.
Did you know that Rumi produced the majority of his works in Turkey? Today I'm going to take you on a spiritual journey. We are visiting Rumi. The journey of Rumi spreads across 4,000 kilometers, but it is here in Konya where he spent the last 45 years of his life, built his philosophy, and was laid to his final resting place. Rumi's tomb in Konya is a mystical place that offers unique insight into Sufism. Its turquoise dome, symbolic gates, and courtyards continue to attract people from all around the world. His significance transcends national, religious, and ethnic borders, and he is one of the top-selling poets in the United States. Rumi introduced poetic, musical, meditative rituals as a form of worship. Known as the Sema, a dervish whirls in meditation with his right arm stretched to the heavens to receive God's goodness, while his left arm stretches down to earth in service of God's creation. By spinning, they imitate the universe and aim to reach the source of all perfection. This hypnotic ceremony has been proclaimed by UNESCO to be one of the masterpieces of an intangible heritage of humanity.
So as I introduced you Anatolia and Turkey, Anatolia has been the cultural, religious, and economic crossroads for centuries. That's why there's a big diversity in Turkey everywhere, like in Turkish food, Turkish music, Turkish people's lifestyle, even our ignorance are diverse. So you will see that clearly when our tourism and the cultural part is presented. Now, please applause for our other presenter for tourism part. Okay, I'm sorry. I was excited, so I have some questions for you. For quiz, and there's gonna be present. Okay, first question is what's the capital of Turkey? Ankara. Yeah, that's correct. And the second question is that, do you remember the name of peninsula?
Anatolia?
Yeah, that's correct. And the last question is that, what was the most famous city of Turkey? Yeah, that's correct. So, this is the time for second presentation.
them. So if you're more interested in some of these things than others, I would recommend you to choose one to start with. Okay, snowy day. Turkey is actually not known for its snow. It's more known for its warmth and sunny days. But of course it has snow as well. There are many high peaks around Turkey, and they have, some of them have snow all around the year. But they get even more snowy during the winter. And on these peaks they have built pistes and rather high technology and modern ski resorts. So Sarıkamış is one of them, Kartalkaya another one, and then Palandöken. And these have, some of these mountains are really high and they're really good to ski because you get to ski. Then we can pick another subject. Turkey is a big country, as mentioned before, and around the country there are many diverse kinds of landscapes and sceneries to enjoy. I can't remember mine, sorry. Palaces now. So, since Turkey is an old country, and from before in the Ottoman regime, it was not a democracy but rather monarchy. And at that time we built palaces. One of the most well-known is in Istanbul. It was built during the 16th century. And even though it's a rather modest building, it covers a large area, and lately has been seen in many television dramas. That's what makes it popular today. And tourists, of course, in this case, whenever they go to Istanbul. The second one I'd like to mention is Dolmabahce. It's the last palace where also Atatürk lived during some of his regime. It was built during the 19th century, and it's compared to the Topkapı Palace, a rather luxurious and more European architecturally inspired building. And let's continue in Istanbul. As you saw, both of the palaces were placed in Istanbul, and that's because it was a central part of the Ottoman Empire. It was also a connecting point where many travelers came through, which made it a very cosmopolitan city. Beyoğlu is one of the most famous areas in Istanbul, and it has a very European and modern feel with lots of shops and cafes to enjoy. Another area in Istanbul is the Princess Island. It's located outside of Istanbul. You have to take a ferry there. And it's more of a resort feeling with less of the city life. And you can enjoy a calmer weekend or stay for a couple of days to see the many villas. Then we have the Maiden's Tower. It's located in the center of the Bosphorus. A very small island, only housing this one tower. And the tower has many different kind of legends and stories that I can't go into right now. Then we have the Golden Horn. It's the old town of Istanbul. And on the bridge you see on the picture, it's the Galata Bridge. There are many fishermen fishing all day, and under the bridge there are a long line of fish restaurants where you can stay to eat. I'm going to continue on with antique cities. Since it's an area that has been populated for a very long time, the buildings still remain there, and there are many different kind of antique cities around Istanbul, and they are called open-air museums. So you walk around outside. It can be a bit difficult to go there during the middle of the summer because it's really hot. So I would advise either like fall or spring time. Ephesus is one of the villages that, for the time period when it existed, had a really large population. It was around 200,000 people living in the same city. which was quite unusual at that time. Then I have Cappadocia, and it's interesting because people built houses and caves inside volcanic peaks. And some of these houses were built so deep down that they needed to have advanced air conditioning systems to get fresh air down to the houses. We also have Nemrut, which is known especially for these head statues that are really large in size. They are around 10 meters, and it's built upon a mountain. There is a tomb for an old king. Then we have the Troy horse. You might have heard from it in movies. There have been several movies about it, and it's based on the story about soldiers who stayed in the horse and gave it a gift to another village that was supposed to attack. And the picture you see is not original horse from legends, but it is the same horse that was used in movies. Then I have Çatalhöyük, and Çatalhöyük is especially listed here because it's so old. It's one of the earlier agricultural societies, and it has very big importance because of its archaeological values. Historical sites is rather similar to the antique cities. Many of these places are the origins of many legends. But just like the Sumela monastery, it's built on the mountainside, high up from the ground, and it's supposed to be one of the Virgin Mary's houses in Turkey. And if you want to go there, you have to walk for a long while because there are no direct connections to other places. But it's definitely worth the walk. Then we have the Blue Mosque, and it's in Istanbul. It's one of the bigger and most famous mosques in Turkey, and especially known and named after the blue decorations inside the dome. We also have the Fish Lake, and it's known after a legend about Abraham who threw himself into a fire and then turns into water and fish. And that's why we have all these fish inside the lake. Lastly, we have Hagia Sophia. It's also a mosque, but it was originally a church, and then we changed it to a mosque, and now a museum. But inside it's both Christian and Islamic decorations and paintings, so it's definitely worth taking a look. So compared to all these other traveling and scenic culture, you might want to go to a more touristic area to experience the sun. The sun exists all over Turkey, but if you want to take a bath and swim in the ocean, Turkey is surrounded by oceans, but especially the southwest areas are really recommended. And the ocean is different depending on where you go. The salt or sweet water mixes around. Also, if you want to take a more private trip, you can rent a boat and get to these water lakes where you get more clean water and can enjoy the beach to yourself. Also, Kuşadası is worth mentioning. So when you are at these resorts, you might try out some water sports. There is more active activities. And diving is really popular, especially in Kaş. It's known for this airplane that rests on the ground of the sea. Also rafting is really popular on the Black Sea area because there are many rivers with lots of water that goes fast. Alaçatı is known for windsurfing, and there you can get guaranteed good wind every day of the year. And that's the last one of the categories of agriculture, I think. So now we have some questions about what we just talked about.
Hello everyone, my name is Mustafa and I'm going to talk about Turkish music, instruments, Rumi and mysticism briefly. So, firstly I want to summarize a little bit about music. Firstly, Western music divides one note into two with sharp and flat notes. But Turkish music divides one note into 9. So with these rich sounds, we have a 570 makams. Makams is actually like scales in music. So some of these makams corresponds to some of the scales. Until the Renaissance, we used that sound systems, the Turkish classical music sound system. And this sound system is also influenced some of the famous composers like Mozart and Beethoven. As you can all know, the Mozart's famous piano sonata number 11 and part, Turkish March, is actually influenced from the Turkish military army band. And also, the Ottoman Turkey used classical music as a therapy for psychological disordered diseases. So, we have various types of instruments. So, the bağlama and kanun is also a very important part of them. The bağlama and kanun is actually one of the world's most sophisticated and advanced instruments. And you can play single sound and multiple sound with those instruments. And these are also instruments that are used in Turkish music. Some of them are Turkish, some of them has a different basis. And also we have one more important instrument which is called ney, and also I am playing ney, as you can see. So it has 13 different sizes, and it can differ from 52 centimeters to 140 centimeters long. So the ney is actually very important in Mevlana, which we call Rumi, and Turkish Sufism. And particularly in Mevleviye, in Rumi, understanding ney has a very importance. So, with music, people can share the same feelings from which nation they are or which language they speak. No other form of art can penetrate the human soul as directly as music does. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our music group, and you're gonna be prepared for a minute.
So while our music group is preparing, I want to introduce you one chief we invited from the soul. Actually, he will make that, if you read the menu, he will make that meatball in front of you because it's the traditional way. So please applaud him. So, Tarkan, please.
Hasretin bağrımda
famous in elder Koreans because when Turkish soldiers came here, they sang this song, and from our experience, we know some Koreans know this melody at least. So they're gonna play this. And actually, last year there was one concert in Turkey. The Korean idols came and sang, and there was one singer, Ailey. Actually, she sang this song in Turkey. There's also Korean subtitles. You will listen this song from our music classic version.
Katibin eline karışır.
Hello everyone, my name is Kamil. I'm a freshman undergraduate student in KAIST, and now I will present you our culture. Come back. So this is a brief outline of what I'm going to talk about. Yeah. So let me first talk about Nazar. As you can see, there are beautiful blue eyes here, but what do they really mean? Actually, those amulets are believed to protect us from evil eyes. And evil eyes, the human look causes harm because of jealousy. You know, people get jealous of each other, they don't like each other, so these amulets protect us from these evil eyes. But nowadays, it's just a souvenir. So, my favorite thing about Turkish culture is food. Yeah, I think, and in food section, I like breakfast much, and I think it's very essential in a day. So, you can see here our breakfast, which consists of several items, and now I will show you a video about it.
Did you know that Turkish breakfast is not just a meal, but a culinary experience? Today, we're going to eat like kings and queens.
Cheese.
What better way to start your day than with a tasty and extended breakfast with friends? Typically, breakfast starts with meze-sized dishes. Turks love to begin their breakfast with cheese, especially white cheese, which goes very well with simit, the Turkish bagel. Did you know that simit was the first fast food of the Ottoman Empire? Tea is an integral part of the Turkish breakfast ritual. Turks are truly tea people. Actually, they drink more tea than any nation in the world.
That's true.
Tea is made in a two-piece pot. Boiled water from the lower pot is added to the upper pot with tea leaves to brew. Then it is served in these elegant tulip-shaped glasses. Now it's time to bring in the special dishes. Let's start with pasterma. Pasterma is a local seasoned dried meat that's full of flavor, and it tastes great with eggs sunny side up. This is sucuk, a spicy Turkish sausage that is also local and delicious. Another local favorite, menemen, delicious scrambled eggs with tomato and peppers. Finally, top it all off with a dark Turkish coffee. Discover all this and more in Turkey, home of Turkish breakfast.
So even for breakfast, we use kahvaltı, and it consists of two words, kahve and altı, meaning coffee butter. So we literally eat breakfast to drink coffee or something. Yeah. So here's photos of our coffee, and these are now protected by UNESCO. And so I want to show these pictures because I think people think Turkey is land of kebabs, but it's actually not. We have vegetable foods also, those pastries like böreks, we call them. So you might wonder, what is he doing right now? Actually, I think they explained a bit, but what this dairy includes. So we call it çiğ köfte. It means seasoned raw meat balls. But do not afraid because there is raw meat in it, because it includes isot. And isot is Turkish pepper, hot pepper. Isot cooks the meat, so it doesn't cause any bad effects in your health. At least not for mine. And on the left side, you can see a wrap with some green plants. Yeah. So here are some desserts in our culture. I want to talk about right to, precisely because those right to are here right now. So you can taste right to baklava and halwa. So let's talk about Ramadan. Ramadan is a holy month for Muslim people all around the world, right? And it's very interesting month also because it's a lunar calendar month and it shifts 11 days every year. And one of the different things about it, it unites all people, all Turkish people. For example, on left side you can see people praying together in a mosque, and they become equal when they sit next to next, side by side. And also, one different application of Ramazan in Turkey is these writings in mosques. As you can see, it says "Yoksulu unutma." I don't think you get the meaning, so it means do not forget the poor ones. So in Ramadan, we do fasting. Fasting means staying hungry, not eating anything from sunrise to sunset. So, and when sunset comes, when sun goes down, we break our fast together with neighborhoods and with our family. So there's a really nice medium here. And on the right side, you can see a help package. In Ramadan, we send help packages to each other, mostly to poor families, to help them. Okay, so you might know these guys. So every nation has their own face gestures and hand gestures, right? And there are also some international ones. For example, for yes, they use this. Yeah, international, yes, correct, okay. And for no, no. But if you make this in Turkey, you might be surprised because they may not understand you. For no, we make this expression. Okay, look clearly and okay. Now I will divide into two parts. First part is head movement. Head goes down. Okay. Second movement, eyebrows goes upward. And without the sound, it's not good. You should also make the sound like this. So, like, I don't know why you do it, but it's basically this way. And for no, we can also use as a no. And when I come to Korea, sometimes my Korean friends ask me about homeworks, about meal, and I say and they still give me. I don't know why. Like, because I think in Korea they use as a meaning of yes, so they confuse each other. And so also can be done like this, right? Like this, a small hand movement. But we Turkish people love exaggerating these gestures, and we use our arms, complete arms like this, to come like that. Then we done our gestures. And so this bottom picture shows us community people.
Kamil.
Oh.
Hello, bro. Oh. How are you? So the meals are ready?
Basically handshake when we first met people, but if we are friends, we hug each other very much. Often. So, these are some street games from Turkey. I think I played them a lot, but nowadays children just play computers. So let's talk about our national sport. So the left one is jirit, and the right one is wrestling. It's a special type of wrestling. It's oil wrestling, and it is done since 1346 in the city called Edirne. The left one is a game that players throw spears at each other when they are riding horses. A very interesting one indeed. So in Turkey, we have 7 districts, and each district has their own traditional dances, like folk dances. So also these dances represent their geographic and properties and people's properties too. For example, in North Side, they have Greek dances, and the people are also Greek people and agile people. So now also as a nation, we have common dance, which is called alay, right?
Okay, now if there is any volunteer, our friend wanna teach you that dance and dance with you. And it's really fun, because we do it in weddings, so it's for celebration. And it's really, really easy. We're gonna teach you the easy ones.
It's really
Okay, come and learn from close.
Keep going.
And for chance, do you remember the name of that food? Actually, in Turkish it's çiğ köfte. And can you name one Turkish sport? And what's the most famous food of Turkey? Because usually people just know that, not others. And the last thing, do you remember the name of dance we did together?